This is our last week of bugs. Can you guess what insect we're talking about again today? I'll give you a hint. One of my little friends is right here next to me on the milkweed.
Hi everybody! This week we're donating beans to our local food pantry. There are so many different types of beans, like refried beans, pinto beans, black beans, and Great Northern beans. There are also many others, like garbanzo and lima beans. You can donate canned beans or dried beans. Whatever you donate is fine. Please donate beans to your local food pantry this week. Bye, everybody.
This is for the kids at St. John's. He's got the whole world in his hands, with my lovely assistant doing ASL signing for each of the bugs. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the fuzzy caterpillar in his hands. He's got the fuzzy caterpillar in his hands. He's got the fuzzy caterpillar in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the beautiful butterfly in his hands. He's got the beautiful butterfly in his hands. He's got the beautiful butterfly in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the frisky little firefly in his hands. He's got the frisky little firefly in his hands. He's got the frisky little firefly in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the busy little ants in his hands. He's got the busy little ants in his hands. He's got the busy little ant in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the beautiful ladybug in his hands. He's got the lovely little ladybug in his hands. He's got the beautiful ladybug in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the hoppy grasshopper in his hands. He's got the hoppy grasshopper in his hands. He's got the hoppy grasshopper in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the pesky mosquito in his hands. He's got the pesky mosquito in his hands. He's got the pesky mosquito in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. God bless your day.
If you remembered, we were talking about monarchs the first week. You're right. This is a monarch caterpillar eating the milkweed in my front yard. Let's go back and talk to our friends Laura and Lily and find out all about these caterpillars when they transform and become beautiful monarch butterflies. Hello everybody, we are back here with Lily and Laura, and if you remember them, we met them all the way back at week 1 when we were talking about monarch caterpillars. But now we're here to talk about monarch butterflies. So Laura and Lily, what happens after a caterpillar eats and eats and eats and gets so big? What do they do?
Well, it's very exciting, and I'm glad you came today because we happen to have a caterpillar to show you. They have to get ready to turn into a butterfly, and some of it is still a mystery to scientists on how they do it, but there are parts we can see. And this first part, they attach themselves with white thread, kind of like spider silk, and they attach themselves to a leaf by their hind feet. And it takes them, I don't know, how long would you say that they're up on the top before they...
Probably a half hour to 45 minutes just to get ready.
Yeah, quite a while. And so they're up there, and they just look like they're just standing on the ceiling or on a bottom of a leaf like this guy did. And they'll make the spider silk to hang themselves. And then we call it, they've made a J. For whatever reason, they hang in a J like that for a couple days. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
I don't know. What? Okay.
Then after they've hung there, and you can kind of look and they'll turn a little bit green. And after a couple of days, they change. And this happens in like a half hour. They change into the chrysalis.
Which we have one right here.
What's your favorite part about a chrysalis, Lily?
The color.
It's a beautiful
like green.
And what else? I love that they have gold specks on them. It looks like pure gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. So they turn into this chrysalis. Their skin actually comes off from around them. This is like the inside of the caterpillar we're seeing, which is odd, but it's true. And then they're in this shape in this chrysalis for 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks, the chrysalis starts to turn clear and darker, and then you can start to see the butterfly inside, kind of like an orange blob. Call it a butterfly.
And so then what happens after that 2 weeks? And you can now see inside the chrysalis.
And then it starts to hatch.
And where does it come apart? Do you remember? Like watching? There's almost like a zipper up here. That gold line is where it will come apart. And the butterfly will actually slip out of that.
And when they come out, they kind of look oddly shaped and wrinkled and puffy and
Their wings are super tiny.
like this
Their
big.
bodies are super fat.
And they are, because they had to fit in this tiny little chrysalis for a couple of weeks. And over the next hour, the butterfly will start to grow a little bit and the wings will spread out, and a liquid, I'm not sure what liquid it is, drips off their wings, and they can't fly for an hour or two, and then they can.
And they fly away and find food.
Yeah.
All right, what do you have there, Laura?
I have the outside of a chrysalis after the butterfly has grown in it and hatched out. And you can see there's like a door where they kind of flop open. It's hard to see on this, but it feels like paper. It's not gross feeling at all. And this thread is kind of like that spider silk that they attach themselves to the top of whatever they're going to do, whatever they're going to hang themselves on. And that's what it looks like.
Nice. So, after they fly away, how long do butterflies typically live? Do you know that?
More mysteries of science. Butterflies that are born, monarch butterflies that are born here in June, some in July, they only live for a couple of weeks. Their job is to eat and to lay as many eggs as they can. The butterflies that come out, like this guy and this guy, when they come out like at the end of August, when we go back to school, or September, they actually will live until next March or so.
Wow.
So if you do quick math, like 6 months. So something about them is different, that they stay alive a very long time, because they have to fly all the way down to Mexico and hang out in the forest down there, and then come back. They fly back into Texas around March and lay some eggs before they die for the next generation.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's amazing. Is there a way to tell a female from a male butterfly?
There is.
Oh.
You know that.
I know, but like, okay. The way to tell a female or male butterfly is on the back of their wings. A male butterfly will have 2 dots on each wing, kind of towards the bottom of the wing, and a female won't. It'll just be like the normal design. It's kind of hard to explain, but once you see it, it's kind of...
if you
Dot
compare
and
them, you'll
dot.
see the dots. Yep.
Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for teaching us all about monarchs and sharing your passion with us. And we hope to see lots of monarchs around the next month or so yet. So,
Thanks for coming.
yeah, bye everyone. I love monarch caterpillars and butterflies so much. And it's really fun to revisit the same topic that we started with all the way back 12 weeks ago. And that word is transformation. Just like our caterpillars transformed into butterflies, we can be transformed as people with God's help. All summer long, we learned about special insects and what they can teach us. We learned about focus and goodness and kindness and having faith. And all of these things can transform our lives so that we can go out into the world and be the light, just like the lightning bug taught us. So let's end this week with the same song we started with 12 weeks ago. So we'll have a special edition of music right now. And the song is I Can Change the World with My Own Two Hands, because that's what we can do with God's help. I hope you enjoyed this series called Bugs, and I hope you get outside and explore some bugs of your own. I'll see you all soon.
Here's a Bob Marley tune for you. You guys have sang this one before, so sing along. I can change the world with my own two hands, make it a better place. With my own two hands, make it a kinder place. With my own two hands, with my
Repeat after me. Dear God, help transform our lives and open our hearts. Amen. Our blessing for this week is open our hearts. Bless one another in your home by making the sign of the cross on your forehead or putting your hand on their head or any way you're comfortable. Open our hearts.